Γεια σας, είμαι η Όλγα. Είμαι από την Ρωσία, από την Μόσχα, αλλά τώρα μένω στην Κύπρο, στην Λεμεσό. Now wife. We got married here, because in Russia it's not allowed. The multicultural thing, that's a good thing, right? That's what we actually enjoy about Cyprus. Γεια σας, παρακαλώ περάστε. Είμαι η Όλγα, είμαι από την Ρωσία, από την Μόσχα, αλλά τώρα μένω στην Κύπρο, στην Λεμεσό. So the first, my now wife, she fell in love with Cyprus many years ago. And when we met, and I shared with her that I want to move out from Russia somewhere, she was like, I know the place. And then she started bringing me here couple of times a year and kind of show me around, like we were cycling around, swimming and stuff like this. So at some point I started to look for a place to rent to open a shop, because I've been doing coffee for many years, for over 20 years now. I mean, I wasn't sure how it would go, so the initial plan was just to fly back and forth until we're like settled, until everything goes well. But once the war started, we decided to sell everything we have in Russia, to pack dogs, bikes, everything, and move here. We went to the United States. I just came back. And before the pandemic, I went there, yes, like 2019. That was kind of a big dream of mine to move to the United States. Now after the pandemic, when the war started, I went there and I realized that I'm actually, yes, grateful again that I haven't moved there, but I moved to Cyprus. I met my wife, now wife. We got married here, because in Russia it's not allowed. And then I met lots of friends from all over the world. They were asking like how I'm doing in Cyprus. And with everyone, I was sharing that I have two big discoveries. First is like that the climate is so important. Waking up every day with sunshine, this is insane. This affects you, and when you have good mood, you are very productive, so it helps a lot. And the second, that my family supported me and like has been always been supportive, and everyone knew around me, so kind of I was openly gay in Russia, and I thought that I have a comfortable life. But now, after this 12 months in Cyprus, I realized that I don't want to ever go back to that comfortable life, because it's so much different when you live in a country where you are socially accepted, where you actually have, you don't have exactly the same rights, because still LGBTQ, we are kind of we have slightly less rights. But compared to what we have in Russia, it's just such a huge difference. Yes, so LGBTQ rights weren't the first reason why I moved here, but after this year in Cyprus, I realized that it's crucial, it's very important. In Russia, I would say that you never know what happens tomorrow, and then you feel kind of very unsafe. Then, just in terms of human rights, it's the same. There was like media was, opposition was arrested and closed down. We weren't able to protest. There were many things where we were restricted. Born and raised in Moscow, yes. And my family there, I have 4 brothers, my mom living there. I mean, I've been doing coffee for many years, for what, 20 years. I've started as a barista in a shop when I was 18, and then I started to to compete in barista championships. I won Russian barista competition 4 times. I started to travel to compete in international championships as well, and I started roasting coffee, buying coffee directly from the producing countries. So I kind of, the background is there, which we're now implementing here in Wagmi. I have farmers in Brazil, El Salvador, and Kenya, with whom I have direct relationship. Basically, we pay what the farmer would tell us. And I think this is the approach I'm kind of fighting for. Because I think if you have a professional farmer you're working with, then it's just not fair to tell him the price you are ready to pay. The multicultural thing, that's a good thing, right? That's what we actually enjoy about Cyprus. I recently went to Athens for the expo. There was an expo. And I came there after 12 months living here. And this is the first time when I realized that Cyprus is so much more multicultural, that the diversity is here, not there. So it's another good thing about Cyprus. I was like, there were lots of Russians coming into Cyprus in the 90s, right? And they were different. I can tell you this, like right now when the war started, I think many kind of nice Russians came in. That's what I like. What I don't like about Russian community, that it's kind of, it feels like it's very egocentric. It seems like we don't like to learn Greek. We don't like to communicate in other languages and kind of more self-focused. This is what I don't like about the Russian community. Yeah, and I hope it changes. And I know that Russians could be different, and the Russians I know here, some of them would think the same. Έχω μάθημα 2 φορές την εβδομάδα στην Λεμεσό. Ελληνικά είναι δύσκολο, ναι, οκ. Αλλά ρωσικά είναι πιο δύσκολο. Μαθαίνω ελληνικά επειδή μένω στην Κύπρο. I mean, but the war is awful. The whole thing is awful, and yes, I mean, I wish it could stop. I mean, right away. Very grateful for the life I'm getting here, and I think I feel kind of privileged for what I'm getting here. Like that, I'm here with my family, dogs. I have a project I like, and I'm really proud of it. I think we have done a good job. I'm doing coffee, which I like and which I can and know how to do. Cyprus, well, a good thing about Cyprus, another one, is that the work and life balance is kind of, I mean, it's clearly here.